Hey guys, so this is homework week number 2. The topic we're going over this week is slope-intercept form, and then these are the topics we're using to practice that: U55, FSV, and then W5E. These 3 topics are going to be the ones that I'm going to go over in this video right now. So we'll start with U55, which is pretty straightforward. Basically, it's asking you to find things. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong topic. It's basically just asking you to find either slope or y-intercept. And so if you're looking at this slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, slope is the number that's in front of x. So slope is the number that's in front of x here. And then the y-intercept is the number that's by itself back here. So if I'm looking at this y-intercept, I'm trying to find the y-intercept. I'm looking for the number here that's by itself. So that's what I'm trying to identify. I just want to make sure you really understand the difference between the two numbers, not really much calculation or anything like that. So if I'm trying to find y-intercept, that's the number that's alone, which is 7/4, which I just typed in. Here I'm trying to find the y-intercept. So again, a number by itself is a positive 5. Here I'm trying to find slope, which is the number in front of x this time. So that's -9/5. This one I'm trying to find y-intercept. So that's the number that's by itself, 9/2. Y-intercept is by itself, 9/8, positive. Slope is in front of x, so this time it's 8/7. Slope of this one is -2/9. So I'm up to 60 now. Slope of this one is -7/9. I feel like this is a pretty easy topic, especially once you get going on it. I think if you make mistakes, you'll probably correct them pretty quickly, just because you want to get through it. So you'll figure it out. -49/41. Nice. So I'm all the way up to 78. So I'm going to switch. All right. So now we're talking about making a graph. And basically, all of these problems for the next 2 topics are kind of the same. You have 2 basic steps. Step 1 is plot the point. And step 2 is use slope to find another point. So it's kind of like your friend says on the map, meet me at this street corner, and then afterward we'll walk to this restaurant on this street corner. So here I'm starting at 0, 9, which is 0, 9. And then I'm going from there, I'm going to go up 1 and then over 4. So up 1 over 4. This one I'm starting at 2, 8. And then this has a slope of 1. And a lot of students get thrown off when it's a whole number, but 1 is really the same as 1/1, right? So I'm really just saying going up 1/1. So if I'm starting at this point and I go up 1/1, I'm right there. Also means I can go down 1, backwards 1 to this point, right? So that staircase is either going up 1/1 or down 1, backwards 1. So you can reverse those things. All right. Oops. So 0, 2. And now this one I'm going to go up 1/10 because of the slope. So in case you're not sure where why I'm going up and over and all that, if it says it's a slope of 1/10, that means that I'm going on my rise, I'm going up 1, and then for my run, I'm going over 10. So up 1/10. All right. I think that's probably pretty straightforward. I don't think it gets much more difficult than that. Let's get rid of some of that stuff I just wrote down. Let's leap forward in level and see what happens. So yeah, even leaping forward in the level doesn't really change it. So now it's the 0.84. So I'm going to go over 8 and up 4. And then my slope here is 1 over 2. So up 1 over 2. Or down 1 backwards 2. If I leap forward another level, if you have a slope that's negative, it just means to go down. Oh, look, so now it's going through a quadrant, right? So it's going from 1 quadrant to now 4. It's the same idea though. So first you start with a point, so 0, 5. And then from there, this says negative 9 over 7. So I'm going to go down 9. And then over 7. So notice I still went forward. This one starts at 0, 0. And then it goes down 4 over 7. So the negative sign told me to go down, but I still went forward. All right, this is getting pretty close to what you're doing here, except now you have it in an equation. So for this one, this is where the slope-intercept form part comes in. You start with the number that's at the back, the y-intercept, and you put that number on the y-axis. So I'm going to plot the point 5, just here. And then this slope tells me where to go next. So if my slope is 1 over 8, then really it's saying go up 1 and then over 8. So from that point, I'm going to go up 1, over 8. So I'm going to start with a number that's at the back, which is a positive 2. So this time I'm still using these. It's just that instead of plotting a random point, now I'm plotting the y-intercept. And that's the number that's by itself. So it's the one that's at the back, right? So for this problem, I'm going to start on the y-axis. So they're always going to start here. And so I'm going to start at 2. And then the slope tells me to go up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. This one, the number by itself is 2. So again, it starts at 2. And then the number in front is 5. So that's 5 over 1, right? The slope is going to be a fraction. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1. This one starts at 2 again. This time it's negative 2. So it's going to be negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. This one starts at 1. And it's 4, which is 4 over 1. So I'm going to go up 4 over 1. So let's write this one down a little more slowly in case it's not making very much sense to you. So this is the number by itself. So this is the y-intercept. It's where it crosses on the y-axis. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to mark the number positive 10, which is there, obviously. And then my slope is negative 3, which is the same as saying negative 3 over 1. So that means I'm from there, from the point I marked, I'm going to go down 3 and over 1. So down 3 over 1. And so my next point ends up being here. So on IXL, I start with my y-intercept, and then I go down 3 over 1. And my line looks like that. All right, so for this one, the y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to go down to positive 3. And then my slope is 7. So if it's 7, that's 7 over 1. So up 7 over 1. So from 3, I'm going to go up 7 over 1. Ooh, so this one starts at -2. So now we're doing quadrant, but it's still, I'm paying attention to just my y-axis. So this number at the back is going to get put here. So I'm going to go down to -2 and mark it. Hopefully that makes sense. And then my slope for this one is -1/10. So I'd go down 1/10 from here. I'm going to erase some of this stuff. So my slope is -1/10. So down 1/10 is what I need to do. So if I mark this point and go down 1/10, I end up like that. So I'm still paying attention to y-intercept here. This one is definitely one that tricks a lot of kids. This is really saying y equals 0x plus 1, right? Because there's no x's. So I'm starting at 1, and then my slope is 0. So hopefully you remember that a 0 slope means it has no tilt. So you literally, if you know it has a slope of 0, you can just draw a flat line. It means it's flat. Okay, I'm going to erase that. So I can go on to the next problem. Let's plot that. So I start at 1, and then I can just pick any point along here to make it a flat line. All right, this one's going to start at 2. I'm going to mark +2, and then my slope is 3/2. So I'm going up 3/2. So if I plot a point here and then go up 3/2. Oh, what did I miss, Miss Gray? Did I count wrong? Oh, I did. I went up 4. Look, we'll clear it all. So I went up 1, 2, 3, 4. So be careful. It's obviously easy to mess up. Let's do a couple more without any of the notes, just to kind of go through it. I got it. Okay, so the number by itself is -2. So I come down here and mark -2. And then my slope is -8/3. So let's be careful about counting. -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Forward 1, 2, 3. -1. So start here. And then down 9/8. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then over 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Starts at +8, goes up 2/5. Starts at 4, goes up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/2. Up to 10, starts at 10, and then goes down 7/10. And then finally starts at 7, +7, and then goes down 9. And I will say one of the biggest mistakes students make is they forget that that's a fraction over 1, so they forget to go forward 1. So that's a pretty good problem to end with, actually. All right, let me know if you have questions. Good luck.